Pokemon Go Community Day wrap-up is going to be a fun time. Okay, so we have a lot going on here. So we're going to go over some of the tips to help you guys start getting prepped and ready for it. And then we're going to have to do, honestly, 3 videos for this event. We're going to get the pre-tips. We're going to go over all the information. Number 2, we're going to go over a video where we cover all of the moves because we have 2022 and 2023 movesets to be able to cover. So that's going to be a very extensive video. And then we'll get down with our final event tips if we need to. So let's get into this event. Welcome to the Trainer Club. Here we go. So the event is going to go down on December 16th and 17th from 9 a.m. on Saturday all the way until 9 p.m. on Sunday. So we are going to have bonuses going on. I'm not sure if the bonuses are going to go on for the exact entire time or they're just going to be activated for the 3 hours where the Pokemon are going to be featured spawns with increased shiny rates from 2 until 5 p.m. But we're going to cover all the bonuses and keep going here. So we have increased spawns. We have 2 times catch XP. We have 2 times catch Stardust and we have half incubator distance. We have 2 times catch candy and 2 times the likelihood of getting XL candy when caught. Guys, there's going to be a lot of different types of Pokemon, so I would suggest finding the Pokemon that you feel like is the most well served for your Pokemon bag, your team, your PvP, whatever you want the XL candy for, whatever's the hardest for you to get, or you didn't maybe get most of what you wanted, you had to skip a Comm day. So start using your Mega Level 3s right now. As I go over here, you say, oh man, I didn't get enough Axew XL candy. Well, hopefully you have a Dragon Mega Level 3, and if you don't, and you're getting close, you need to start the Mega Evolutions every day, so by this time, you're able to get that Mega Evolution at level 3 to optimize on even more XL candy potentials. There's going to be 3-hour lure modules, 3-hour incenses, 1 additional special trade per day for a grand total of 2, so make sure to capitalize on that. And then finally, you guys are also going to get a 50% reduction on Stardust. So if you do want a shiny from a best friend, I would prefer, because that's only going to cost you 20,000 Stardust that you maybe have not been able to get yet. And then we have the Pokéstop Showcases for you to compete in. And then we have these spawns. So on Saturday, we're getting a grand total of 6. It's going to be the regular Slowpoke, the Galarian Slowpoke. We have the Togetic, we have the Noibat, we have the Chespin, and the Fennekin. Actually, of the 2 days, this day is my least favorite. I don't really have too much draw to any of these Pokemon here. I already have plenty of shinies, so I'm not really like overly enthusiastic about participating in this particular day, even though I will definitely do it for the bonuses because I love extra Stardust and I'm trying to hit some benchmarks. And then on Sunday, we're going to get Poliwag. We're going to get both Woopers regular as well as the Paldean, Timber, Axew, Froakie, as well as Grubbin. So much better Pokemon in my opinion, more driven for this particular day right here. And then we have the Comm Day Classic Pokemons, which is pretty cool, which are going to feature the Charmander, the Squirtle, the Mareep. We are going to get the Swinub, as well as the Larvitar spawning throughout the event weekend if you are lucky, which are going to be featured for the last 10 minutes of each hour during those 3 hours. So you are going to be able to get a grand total of 30 minutes with the Comm Day Classic Pokemon, which is kind of cool. Nice little feature, something that we haven't seen them do before, but I think it's a good add-in here. But personally speaking, I think that this event could be a 4-hour event. I mean, 3 hours with all those Pokemon. I know we've already had Comm Day, but guys, come on. I think 5 hours is really where we should be at for this day. And then let's talk about 2-kilometer eggs. They are going to feature Sandshrew, Alolan Geodude, Hoppip, Teddiursa, Galarian Zigzagoon, Spheal, Starly, Roggenrola, Litwick, Dino, and Stuffle. And just a reminder, we're getting half incubator distance. These are coming out of 2-kilometer eggs, so I would suggest in one of my tips we're going to talk about here in a second to go after these 2-kilometer eggs after you're done here. And then do not forget that raid battles are going to contain the exact same Pokemon. I believe they're all going to be tier 1 raids. And then we're going to have field research tasks, and the moves are going to be as follows. So we do have the Frenzy Plant on Chestnut, Noivern Boombast, the Galarian Slowbros, regular Slowbro, Slowking, and Galarian Slowking will all get Surf, Togekiss will get Aurasphere, Delphox Blastburn, Haxorus Breaking Swipe, Poliwrath Counter, Politoed will get Ice Beam, Greninja Hydro Cannon, Vikavolt will get Volt Switch, and as well as Charge-a-Bug, Conkeldurr Brutal Swing, Quagsire Aquatail, Clodsire Megahorn. The Comm Day Classic moves, Charizard will get Dragon Breath and Blast Burn, Blastoise will get Hydro Cannon, Ampharos will get Dragon Pulse, Mamoswine, Ancient Power, Tyranitar Smackdown. Then 2022 will still be active, Walrein will get Powder Snow and Icicle Sphere, which is a pretty cool combination. Jumpluff Acrobatics, Sandslash will get Night Slash, Alolan Sandslash will get Shadow Claw, Beweller will get Drain Punch, Alolan Golem will get Rollout, Hydreigon will get Brutal Swing, which is very effective, Staraptor, Gust, Obstagoon, Obstruct, Gigalith, Meteor Beam, Chandelure, Poltergeist, and Ursaluna High Horsepower. And let's not forget that the Ursaluna needs the full moon. So from 2 p.m. on Saturday all the way until 6 a.m. you will be able to evolve for the Ursaluna, and then on Sunday from 2 until 9 they're going to make that happen. So guys, you have a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of movesets out here. There's a lot of stuff to track. We're going to have a video coming out next week about all of this. But now let's get into my top tips, starting off with tip number 1. Tip 1, let's start talking about everything we need to know to prep for ourselves. Guys, this is going to be a very long grind of a day, I guess 2 days. So I would suggest you guys go in with a lot of Pokeballs, especially Ultra Balls and Great Balls. I would prefer that you guys are at about 1,000 Ultra Ball, Great Ball combination if you have that bag space, because that's going to help you guys optimize catching, because obviously you're going to be spinning stops, obviously you're going to be completing research. Maybe, just maybe, I don't think so, but there might be Ultra Balls and Great Balls in research, and the storylines you might even be able to get more because this is a very extensive day here. But spinning the stops is going to get you some back, but if you go in with 1,000, it's going to help you stay above and beyond what you're going to need your means for the day. Especially with all those bonuses, guys, this is a fantastic time to optimize on everything you have, so being most prepared will be that situation. So if you guys do want to lucky egg for the entire time, star piece for the entire time, you guys are going to need a grand total of 12, because that's 6 for 3 hours, and then you're going to need the next day, so you're going to need 12 of each of those. While I do think there is better times to use these, like regular comm days, but if you're trying to add some Stardust and some XP onto your gameplay and you're going to be out playing and catching a lot, you might as well do that at the same time. Even though for XP it's a little bit more challenging because the throws are going to be different depending on which Pokemon you're throwing at, but you can make it work, and you've already made it work, so more than likely you are familiar with these excellent throws. But let's also talk about the incubators. So what I want you guys to do, come in with 12 12-kilometer eggs. I want you guys, as soon as the event starts, use your super incubators on all 12 of those eggs, put the star pieces on. Guys, you're going to be able to get around 70 to 90,000 Stardust on average, and then you're going to go right into those 2-kilometer eggs after. Even if you don't want to pay for incubators for those 2-kilometer eggs, you can use your premium incubator, and you're going to hatch one every 1 kilometer you walk. Hopefully you guys are walking quite a significant amount, because you're going to be able to hatch a lot of those eggs, and that is, for me, a much better way to be able to focus on those Community Day Pokemon from 2022. But let's not forget about tip number 2. Tip 2, all about clearing out your bag, because you guys need to have enough space. I would prefer that if you guys have a decently sized bag over 3,000, you have at least 1,000 spaces, guys. You're gonna have to go through and transfer some of these Pokemon. My list of things to transfer and why I would do that is over here. Why do I do this? It's because we don't need to have Pokemon in our bag. You're going to have to ask your guys some serious questions. Is this just an emotional hold on? Is this Pokemon actually valuable? Do I actually need this many shinies? Do you need all of your Comm Day shinies? The answer here is definitely not. You rarely have anybody asking for those Pokemon, and even if you're a shiny collector, having 1, 2 evolution or 3 evolution, depending on which one it is, you'll need one of each really, unless it's a really meta relevant Pokemon, such as Gible for me. I've never transferred a shiny Gible, even though more recently I think I'm going to start transferring them because less and less people are asking for shiny Gible trades, probably because we've had Mega Garchomp Day. Most people have traded for it already. We have more powerful Pokemon than Garchomp. We have the Primal Groudon, and we also have the Mega Rayquaza that are outclassing it in both of their categories. So why are people going after that Pokemon now? So now I'm even able to go back and look for some of these Pokemon that I haven't transferred any of them, including Larvitar. We have Gible, Dratini, Bagon. I've done a lot of trades for Bagon. I really want a good IV shiny. I love that shiny, and I love the Mega Shiny, but unfortunately it hasn't come through for me yet, and I will keep going. Eventually we're gonna get the Comm Day Classic for that Pokemon. But then again, ask yourself, is this Pokemon ever gonna be meta relevant? Maybe if it got a moveset that did optimize it, would it be meta relevant, or would it be really good in PvP? Because at some point, some Pokemon do get more movesets added, as we have seen with each and every season. Some Pokemon do get new moves are added to the game, then they're gifted to those Pokemon, or I guess placed on those Pokemon. So you have to ask yourself all those questions, be predictive in the future, but most importantly, you're playing this game on a daily basis, so the worst thing you could do is go into a Comm Day where you have 50 spaces or 100 spaces, even I think is too little, and you're like catching 100 Pokemon, then you have to IV check all of them, and then you have to delete them. I would prefer that you have 1,000, you catch throughout the entire day, or even half a day, then you go through and you delete a lot of Pokemon that you don't care about, that we're gonna talk about in the other video, and then you just keep on catching and keep on going. That's gonna be optimized for you guys and help you guys make the most of your Comm Day, which then leads us into tip 3. Now we're talking about where do we play this Comm Day. You want to be in a downtown area. You want to have somewhere, if you can, that you're going to be able to have a nice circular grind area, but then you're also able to go beyond that and get field research tasks. I hope that since they're saying that this event starts at 9 a.m. and it goes all the way until 9 p.m. on Sunday, that the field research tasks, as soon as this quote-unquote event starts, would be the field research tasks throughout the entire day. So when those 3 hours hit, you don't have to worry about the field research, because after that 3-hour window, you're still able to keep playing and still able to to keep doing field research. I think that would be the best case scenario. Hopefully, Pokemon Go has planned this, but I can't guarantee that because I don't plan this. This is what I would do, but obviously you guys know that my views differ quite significantly, and I would have this game a lot more efficient, and I would have this game a lot more interactive, and that's just what it is. But unfortunately, I'm not in that position to be able to help make that happen. I've tried, and sometimes it happens, but for the most part, there's no input received. So, going after this, it's gonna depend on what happens here for that. If that's the case, I would suggest don't even do field research during the time of the event for the 3 hours, 2 to 5, and I would suggest just catch Pokemon. And if you wanna just catch Pokemon and you don't need to do field research, you can find the grind area that's a nice loop, a nice square, a nice circle, a nice oblong area, you know, kind of whatever it is that kind of gives you that circular loop. If it's a really tight loop or really small stops, you're gonna be using premium lure modules. But if it's a big loop, you want to just use regular lure modules, because why pay a premium when those spawns aren't even gonna be able to utilize, because you have to walk all the way around that stop, and by the time you get back, one already despawned and another one already showed up. There's no reason to have those premium lure modules, except for the fact that you might want to get some type of evolution off them. So having one of each premium lure module along the grind does make sense, but beyond that, does it make sense? To me, not really too much. So that is going to be everything we need to cover about the pre-prep. You got your Pokemon, you got your bag, you have your items, you have your storage. As far as berries go, I don't even care about berries at this point, man. They're giving you 2 times catch candy already. Just disregard the berries. You're going to get plenty of candy just by playing, but focus on your mega level 3s. Go through that list and find out which are the most meta relevant Pokemon for you, and then capitalize. You could use something like a Mega Rayquaza, which is going to cover flying, psychic, as well as dragon. If you guys do want the Axew candy, that would be effective right there. Guys, it's going to be your day, your gameplay. I'm going to give you my tips, my best strategies, what I'm going to do, and whatever you need to do for you is going to be ultimately up to you. So thank you guys for tuning in, as always, to all of my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members. Everybody takes your support, subscription, participation to X, though. I'll miss you guys out in the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.